Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Yashodanandana Braj Janaranjana. Yashodanandana Braj Janaranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Yashodanandana Braj Janaranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Haribol. Jai Om Vishnupad, Paramams Parivrajak Shrotar Shat Shri Srimati Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta, Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantharaj Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 2, entitled Prayers by the Demigods for Lord Krishna in the Womb. Text number 21. Kimadya tasmin karaniyamaashu me yadartha tantro na vihanti vikramam shriya swasur guru matyavadoyam Yasha Shriyam Hantyanu Kimadya Tasmin Karaniyam me Yadartha Tantro na vihanti vikramam Striya Swasur Guru Matyavadoyam Yasha Shriyam Hantyanu Kalamayuhu Kimadya Tasmin Karaniyam me Yadartha Tantro na vihanti vikramam Striya Swasur Guru Matyavadoyam Yasha Shriyam Hantyanu Kalamayuhu. Tasmin karaniyam me Yadartha tantro na vihanti vikramam Ya swasur guru matya vadhoyam. Yasha shriyam hantamatalamayuham. Kimadya tasmin karaniyamashubhe yadartha tantro na vihanti vikramam. Sriya swasur guru matya vadhoyam. Yasha shriyam hantyam anukalayuhu. Kim, what? Adya, now, immediately. Tasmin, in this situation. Karaniyam, is to be done. Ashu, without delay. May, my duty. Yat, because. Artha Tantra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is always determined to protect the sadhus and kill the asadhus. Na, does not. Vihanti, give up. Vikramam, his prowess. Striya, of a woman. Swasu, of my sister. Guru Matya, especially when she is pregnant. Vada ayam, the killing. Yasha, fame. Shriyam, opulence. Hanti, will vanquish. Anukalam, forever. Ayu, and the duration of life. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta, Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Kamsa thought, what is my duty now? The Supreme Lord who knows His purpose, Paritranaya Sadhu Nam Vinashaya Cha Dushkritam, will not give up His prowess. Devaki is a woman. Shri is my sister, and moreover, she is now pregnant. If I kill her, my reputation, opulence, and duration of life will certainly be vanquished. Purport. According to Vedic principles, a woman, a brahmana, an old man, a child, and a cow should never be killed. It appears that Kamsa, although a great enemy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was aware of the Vedic culture and conscious of the fact that the soul transmigrates from one body to another, and that one suffers in the next life according to the karmas of this life. Therefore, he was afraid of killing Devaki, since she was a woman, she was his sister, and she was pregnant. A Kshatriya becomes famous by performing heroic acts. But what would be heroic about killing a woman who, while confined in his custody, was under his shelter? Therefore, he did not want to act drastically by killing Devaki. Kamsa's enemy was within Devaki's womb. But killing an enemy in such a nascent state would not be an exhibition of prowess. According to Kshatriya rules, an enemy should be fought face to face with proper weapons. Then, if the enemy is killed, the victor becomes famous. Kamsa very conscientiously deliberated upon these facts and therefore refrained from killing Devaki, although he was completely confident that his enemy had already appeared within her womb. Om Ajnantimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here Kamsa is thinking that should I or should I not kill Devaki? And Prabhupada writes that Kamsa actually knew that there is life after death. So he believed in the theory of reincarnation. Such a great demon also believed in the theory of reincarnation. So what is the situation of current population who don't even believe in the theory of reincarnation? Are they lower than Kamsa? So this is the situation of demons. So now Kamsa's mentality can be studied, and it's very fascinating to study that and discuss about that. So here Kamsa is saying that what is my duty now? First of all, he is confused. Why? Because he knows that his death is born, or the person who will be responsible for his death is born, and that person is within the womb of his own sister. So he's in a very difficult situation. And at the same time, he knows that that person is Vishnu, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here it is said, the Supreme Lord who knows his purpose, he has taken birth. Even in yesterday's verse, Kamsa thought, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, who is now within her, will kill me. And today he's also, na vihanti vikramam, that his purpose, Supreme Personality of Godhead, will not give up his prowess and his purpose. So, on one side, Kamsa is thinking that this is a Supreme Personality of Godhead and his purpose cannot be defeated. And on the other side, he is thinking, I have to kill this person. So these are some opposing thoughts. That's why he is in a great trouble mentally. And this is the situation of everyone in the material world. These conflicting thoughts. They are thinking, oh, I'm trying to enjoy, but I'm not able to enjoy. But I cannot give up my determination to try to enjoy. So everyone knows they are not enjoying, but still they are trying to enjoy more and more and planning for that. As Prabhupada said, there is a plan-making factory in everyone's mind. We have to shut down that factory. Material plan-making factory. So there is no end to it. If you go, these factories and mills are there within Melbourne city also. So many factories are there. But there is a timing usually. Some factories go round the clock and there are different shifts, 3 8-hour shifts. I remember while studying, I used to do different odd jobs. So one time we had some casual work in a factory, and the work was from 12 a.m. to 7 a.m. So we were happy. I was, of course, not in touch with devotees that time, but for the night shift, the pay was very high. So we were very happy, although it's the mode of ignorance time. So some factories go on and on. So that's the plan-making factory. But we have to shut this plan-making factory. So what is the result of this plan-making factory? Those plans are defeated. And then we are frustrated. So this is the ongoing cycle. We make plans, plans are defeated, and then we are frustrated. But then, just like Kamsa had his associates, other demons. So materialistic persons are friends with other materialistic persons. What do they say? Don't worry, try once more. Try till you make it. And there are so many motivators. Motivational speakers, motivational books and on internet, you'll find so much material to encourage you again. Yes, you have been defeated, but try again. You will succeed. And what's the consolation? That you did get some happiness. So that was an achievement, although momentary, but it was something at least. So if you try and try and try again and again, you'll get more. Or at least you'll keep getting the sequence of temporary, momentary happiness. So that's why Prahlad Maharaj says, Yan maithunadi grihamedi sukham hi tuchham. That sukha or material happiness that is available in this material world is tuchha or insignificant. As a spirit soul, part of Krishna, we are entitled, or we are the rightful, we are candidate for having great happiness. How much happiness? Even on the level of Supreme Personality of Godhead, we are entitled to have that. We have a right to get that. Not only on the level of Supreme Personality of Godhead, even more than Supreme Personality of Godhead. A jiva can have happiness more than Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now some may be thinking, oh, he's going against the principles of the Shastra, the Tattva. How is that possible? The jiva can get more happiness than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that is in Chaitanya Leela, it's mentioned, that's the reason of appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. To taste that happiness that a servant of Supreme Lord tastes. Krishna saw that my greatest servant, Radharani, is tasting something which I cannot taste as Supreme Personality of Godhead. But because Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, so he took the position of a devotee to taste that happiness that a servant of the Supreme Lord tastes. So just imagine, as a spirit soul, as Krishna's servant, we are entitled to get pleasure which is greater than Supreme Personality of Godhead. And now in our conditioned state, we are trying to get this, at best, the mixed happiness. It's not pure happiness at all. At best, the happiness available in this world is mixed happiness. So that's why we are not satisfied. The animals and other species, birds, insects, they also can get the same material happiness that a human being aspires for. So that's why Prahlad Maharaj says, Sukham aindrikam daitya deha yogena dehinam sarvatra labate dukkham. What's the last part? Sarvatra labate. That you're trying to get this material happiness which naturally comes based on your past karma. Why are you working so hard for it? It will come. Just like the distress comes. No one works hard to get material distress, but it comes because it's in our account of karma. It comes at a particular time. So Prahlad Maharaj says, what is the use of working so hard? And same thing Rishabh Dev also says. Nayam deha bhajam niloke kashtan kaman ahrate vidbhujam ye. Even the stool eaters like pigs get the same flavor of happiness that the human being is aspiring for on material level. So that's why those who are realized souls, they take great pity on materialists. That what are you trying to achieve? Just like any sane man would take pity on a hog or a pig who is trying to eat stool, vid bhujam, and trying to be happy like that. So any sane person will take great pity. Oh, what a sad situation. Where is this pig lying in this filth? So in the same way, the realized people, realized souls, saints, sadhus, they take great pity on materialists who are trying to get that same happiness that an animal is getting. The flavor is the same. If you see, there is some mixed material happiness. Temporary mixed material happiness is available a lot. And each type of happiness has different flavor. Like what are the different material happiness? Eating, sleeping, mating. So you get some sort of flavor from that. Of course, eating has a flavor. You have different varieties. Some like more sweet, some like more spicy stuff. But eating as an overall thing, if you take the activity of eating, it has a special enjoyment that you derive when the tongue tastes something palatable. We derive certain pleasure. But the animal also derives the same pleasure in eating. The hog is also deriving same pleasure in eating stool. The flavor is the same. And same with sleeping. When the animal is sleeping, they are fully happy in that way, deriving that sort of flavor from sleeping. And then physical interaction with opposite gender, the animals derive actually more pleasure, or human body is not designed for that. Some animals, dogs, hogs, pigeons, everyone is engaging in these activities. So what's the significance? They are deriving the same flavor out of it. So if a human being is also working so hard to derive the same flavor, it's a very pathetic situation. That's why sages cry actually, that what is happening in this material world, especially in the Kali Yuga, what is happening? So this is Kamsa mentality. What you cannot achieve, you try to achieve that. So Kamsa knows this is Supreme Personality of Godhead, I cannot kill him, but I need to kill him. Maybe not now. Now he's analyzing, what will happen to my reputation? If I kill her, my reputation, opulence and duration of life will certainly be vanquished. So at least he had some understanding of Vedic principles. So he's trying to save himself from the lowest degradation, but still he's afraid. So this is the situation. So now there is a similarity between Kamsa's mentality and the mentality of Devaki and Vasudeva. In one way, there is a similarity. And in another sense, there is a gulf of difference also. So let's discuss that. So what is the similarity? Kamsa knows that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. But then at the same time, he's thinking that this child is within the womb and I will kill the child. But then he's thinking the child is in a helpless situation. So child within the womb is very helpless, as we know from the 3rd canto, the chapter where Kapila Dev says the movements of a living entity, how the child, the soul enters Striya Pravishta Udaram Pumso Reta Kanashaya. According to the karma and under the supervision, higher supervision of demigods and above all the super soul, a soul takes shelter of a womb of a mother, and within that womb, the helpless situation of the child is mentioned in 3rd canto. So that's why if someone kills the child within the womb, it's called Bhruna Hatya, killing the embryo. It's one of the greatest sins. What are the greatest sins as per the Shastra? Any other examples? Killing a cow, that's the highest, one of the highest. Any other? Killing a Brahmana. Because Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha, Krishna loves Brahmanas and cows. So, and greater than killing a Brahmana, greater sin is killing a cow. And then killing the embryo or the child within the womb is also pretty much up there on the top rank of sin, killing the child within the womb. But because the science has progressed, the medical science and, so it's considered a normal thing these days. Yeah, abortion, yeah, it's just drinking water, abortion, no, normal. It has been normalized. But according to Shastra, it's considered such a high sin that even Kamsa is afraid of performing that sin. Just imagine. Person like Kamsa is afraid, I shouldn't at least kill the child within the womb. But this has become normalized in the medical field. I remember last few years I was in India, in the state of Punjab, and in that place, somehow, but one devotee who was a medical representative with a pharmaceutical company, he became a devotee, and then he influenced many other medical representatives in his company to become devotees. So many became devotees. 2 brothers were there, and then many others. So anyway, one of the younger brother who became a devotee, then he asked me one question that, so I am a medical representative, I go to different doctors, clinics and hospitals to recommend different new medicines. And one of the highly paid medicine is which assists the killing of the child within the womb. So he said, now I'm chanting, now I'm in association of devotees, what should I do? So I had heard this same question before, and from seniors I had heard, so I just repeated that. So I asked him that, do you have an option of not promoting that particular medicine and promote other medicines? There's so many diseases and so many medicines, there's no scarcity of that. So he said, yes, option is there, but that the medicine prescribing or promoting the medicine to kill the child within the womb, that's very lucrative, it gives a lot of money. But then I said, you have to see your future, how much karma you will get to promote such a thing. So then all these devotees the medical representatives who became devotees, they stopped promoting that. And life was going on, material life was also going on, properly. So Krishna takes care of everything, not only spiritual life, also material life. Devotees, they're eating and, food, shelter, clothing, that's not a problem for devotees at least, these basic things. So these sins are going on and being normalized in today's day and age, so-called modern age. So we have to be very careful. That's why hearing Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, we can understand what is correct, what is incorrect. So Kamsa's mentality is that this is Supreme Personality of Godhead, but I want to kill him. So in one sense, this same mentality is there with Devaki and Vasudeva. They are on the Mathura level, which is between the Vraja Bhava and the Bhava of devotee in Dwarka. Mathura is in between. In Vrindavan, no one knows that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They think this is our child, this is our friend, like that. So these feelings overpower everything else. And in Dwarka, Krishna is there present as a king in his opulence. So everyone knows, he's supreme person there. But in Mathura, sometimes the devotees like Devaki and Vasudeva, sometimes they think he's supreme and sometimes they think, he's our child. So in that sense, mentality is same. Kamsa is also, sometimes he's thinking Krishna is supreme and sometimes he's thinking he's my enemy, I want to kill him. And in the same way, Devaki and Vasudeva, we will see when Krishna is born in the 4-armed form, they will pray that, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But then they would say, oh, we want to hide you so that Kamsa may not kill you. So they are also thinking that he may be killed by Kamsa. So in that sense, mentality is same, but the difference is one is anukul or favorable, other is pratikul or unfavorable. So Devaki's and Vasudev's mentality is totally to serve Krishna and please him, and Kamsa's mentality is totally opposite to that. So that's the difference. So what happens, the confusion may be there even for a devotee, but that confusion leads to more and more spiritual bliss and improvement of spiritual relation with Krishna. But confusion of a demon increases their material miseries. So what happens when confusion comes to a devotee? They seek guidance from other senior devotees and gurus and Shastra. And they get there are all the answers present for all the problems. And then demons, they consult their own friends who are similarly conditioned and illusioned, and they get wrong advice and they act on wrong advice and suffer further. So this is what happened with Kamsa, his other friends, and we see even Jarasandha, he was defeated by Krishna one time and humiliated. Here it's mentioned that for a Kshatriya, reputation matters a lot. They can die but not let their reputation get harmed. Just like Dhruva Maharaj, he was a Kshatriya. He went to the forest alone as a 5-year-old child. Just imagine, what are your ages? How old? 9 and 6. Just imagine if they have to go alone in the forest. Can you go alone in the Otway ranges? See, immediately they know, I will not go. But Dhruva Maharaj, his reputation was at stake. How could my stepmother say I can't sit on my father's lap or the throne? So he went. So reputation is a big thing. So Kamsa here is just because of his reputation. He's thinking, my reputation should not be harmed. So for Kshatriyas, it's like that. Reputation is very, very, very important. So, although Kamsa is thinking like that, but because he is taking wrong advice, he will suffer. Jarasandha as well, as we were saying. So he was a Kshatriya and he was humiliated. What happened with him? He was defeated. All his army was killed by Krishna. He was captured and then released negligently. They would rather die than go back to their kingdom defeated. So basically for Kshatriyas, there are two choices only. Either you win and go back as a winner, or don't go back. Don't go back to your kingdom because you will be dead. Either you die or go back as a winner, as a victor. But Krishna let Jarasandha return as a defeated person. And then his friends advise, oh, don't worry, it's just by chance. This is big thing even now, right? Everything happens by chance. You are such a great person. Everyone is afraid of you. Just by chance this time, that cowherd could kill you or could kill so many of your enemy. Krishna is a coward and he is a cowherd also. As Shishupal said, we don't know what you are. You are a Kshatriya or a Vaishya, we don't know. You are known as son of Vasudeva and you are also known as son of Nanda. Who are you? No one knows. He was criticizing, blaspheming Krishna. So anyway, they were defeated and they got wrong advice. So when there is confusion for demons, they take wrong advice and then they suffer further. But devotees, what do? They surrender to Krishna, just like Arjuna. He says in the 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Shishyasteham shadi mam tvam prapanyam karpanya doshopahat svabhava Prichami tvam dharma sammudha cheta. He said, dharma sammudha cheta, I am confused of my duty now, but I am now surrendering at your lotus feet and accepting you as my friend, as my guide, as my teacher. So that's what devotees do. Confusion will come either by the actions of modes of material nature, or sometimes Krishna, to test a devotee, he would put you in a confusion state. Just like Arjuna, when Ashwathama killed the sleeping sons of Pandavas, and then he was captured. So Arjuna was put in that situation. Krishna said, now Arjuna, you have to do a proper action. You have to satisfy me, and Draupadi was saying, oh, don't kill Ashwathama. And Bhima was saying, no, kill him. So Krishna put Arjuna in under a test. What will you do? You have to satisfy all the parties. Now you think. So now then Arjuna surrendered, and he, within his heart, and he knew exactly what to do. He cut off the money or the jewel from the head of Ashwathama, and he satisfied everyone. Because he, as a Brahmana, Ashwathama, as a Brahma Bandhu, he was insulted, which is as good as death. Because Brahmana is the topmost Varna within Varnashrama. They are respected. But he was disrespected in a great way. So in that way, he killed Ashwathama and did not kill the body. He killed him in a different way. So that way. So devotee always gets this instruction from within or without, how to act in confusing situations. So that's why it's a win-win situation for devotees in any case. And it's a lose-lose situation for non-devotees. We may think, oh, these materialists are enjoying so much, and they have so much wealth, prestige. But then what happens? In their next life, as sure as death will come very soon. And in next life, they become an animal or an insect. Then what? All the prestige goes. Just a couple of days back, one Mataji who does prasadam distribution in the team, she was saying, I asked her, you went away for a month, where were you? She said, I was very busy. I was doing 2 jobs. My normal job, plus I was working in the Australian Open. So I asked, what were you doing there? So she said, I was in the team who takes care of the prestigious guests, politicians from other countries or this country, and the celebrities. Because Australian Open is one of the 4 Grand Slams, very prestigious, So big personalities come there. And she was saying, these people pay up to $20,000 to watch a match. And then so many people are there to serve them. They take them, oh, please sit here, now you will have dinner, and escort them, oh, this is your seat. They paid $20,000. Can you imagine? I was surprised to hear that. So anyway, I told this Mataji, so now you were there dealing with these people with great pride, and now you are here in a humble situation, you will be distributing prasad here. So it's a big contrast. But then she said something to my astonishment. He said, no, sometimes I see the same pride here also. Sometimes. Of course, most people are very, they behave very nicely, but sometimes, arrogantly, if she says sometimes people are on phone and they are asking, oh, give this, not that, this, that, too much pride, So actually even, there's a saying in English, even the beggar is proud of his penny. So these 6 enemies, the Maya's agent, they are equal opportunity employers. Whether you are rich, poor, whoever you are. they will attack you. It's not only the wealthy people are lusty, even a poor person can be lusty or angry or envious or proud, right? So these enemies don't leave anyone. So we have to be very careful. We have to take shelter of Krishna. Otherwise, we will be pulled down more and more and more. So from this Shastra, we understand what is the Vedic standard. And we start to act in a refined way, cultured way. As we hear that, what is the Sanskrit word for culture? The Sanskriti means culture. So the Sanskrit word for culture is Sanskriti, or even the language Sanskrit is for the cultured beings. In the demigods, in the higher levels, they have refined behavior. We read from Shastra, Urvashi, when she came and associated with Pururava, she said, I am from the heavenly planets. We only eat food cooked in ghee. And in the heavenly planets, everything is mostly in the mode of goodness, and the behavior is very refined. So we have to learn that slowly and slowly. So when we read about these pastimes from Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, we see this refined behavior, and then in our life also we try to implement that. So one pastime, just recently I read about interaction of Mahaprabhu with Brahmanand Bharti. Such a refined behavior. Brahmanand Bharti was older than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and in one sense senior to him. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned to Jagannath Puri after his South India Yatra, it is mentioned there that all the devotees from everywhere, Bengal and other parts of India, the devotees who were Mahaprabhu's followers, they started pouring into Jagannath Puri. And the example is given, just like so many different rivers pour into the ocean. So in the same way, Mahaprabhu was the ocean and all these devotees were just like rivers. They were pouring into Jagannath Puri at the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu to meet him. So Brahmanand Bharti also came. So Mukund Datta approached Mahaprabhu and said, Brahmanand Bharti has said, Brahmanand Bharti is here. Can I call him to meet you? Can I call him in? He's just outside. And Mahaprabhu said, no, he's my senior. So the etiquette is, we shouldn't call a senior to meet ourselves. We should go to meet them. So he said, no, don't call him. I will go with you to meet him. So then he went with Mukund Datta to meet Brahmanand Bharti. Now, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is exhibiting the behavior of a great Vaishnava and a great sannyasi, so he saw a discrepancy in the outfit of Brahmanand Bharti. So in the Shastra it is said, a sannyasi, Brahmanand Bharti was a sannyasi. So a sannyasi should wear deer skin. So when Mahaprabhu saw, Brahmanand Bharti was actually wearing a deer skin. It is according to the Shastra. But Mahaprabhu saw a very small tinge of pride. Very small. So he wanted to point it out to Brahmanand Bharti, but because he was a senior, it's not an etiquette to correct a senior. So he said, he behaved in a way to give the message to Brahmanand Bharti. So what did he do? So when Mukund Datta brought Mahaprabhu in the presence of Brahmanand Bharti, so then Mahaprabhu said, where is Brahmanand Bharti? So then Mukund Datta said, here he is standing in front of you, here he is. He said, no, you are incorrect. You are mistaken. This cannot be Brahmanand Bharti. Because Brahmanand Bharti is such a senior person. Why will he wear a deer skin? Why would Brahmanand Bharti wear a deer skin? And then immediately, because Brahmanand Bharti was a great devotee also, he understood that Mahaprabhu does not approve my wearing this deer skin And I'm just wearing this just for pride's sake, that, oh, I'm a sannyasi, see, I'm so austere, I'm just wearing a deer skin. So then immediately he understood and he changed his clothes to a sannyasi's saffron clothes. And then he said, yes, what you have said is correct. Brahmanand Bharati was afraid because he was a devotee. He thought that if I do anything which is not approved by Mahaprabhu, I will not have loving exchange with him. So this is the mentality of a devotee. We have to improve our actions and thoughts and words, and we have to think that if I think in this way, that's a very high level actually. At least we should think like what we speak and how we act with our senses. At least those should be for the pleasure of Krishna. And then slowly and slowly, each thought should be for the pleasure of Krishna. At least we start from words and body first, but then eventually the thought also, we should be ashamed. If a wrong thought comes, we should think, is it pleasurable? If I'm thinking and meditating on this thing, is it pleasurable for my spiritual master and Krishna? And then a devotee in an advanced state even rejects that. No, why am I wasting even one moment in thinking of something pratikul or against, which is not favorable for Krishna consciousness? So that's why a devotee voluntarily and proactively does activities which are Krishna conscious. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atma Nivedanam. There is innumerable, infinite varieties of devotional service within these 9 categories. So a devotee dives into that ocean or flowing river of devotional service and spends all time in that. And then he is safe. Otherwise, we can see the situation of a devotee will be just like Kamsa, confused and ultimately dead. We'll see in further chapters. So one verse at the end of 4th chapter of the same canto, which has the same meaning as to today's verse. I'll just end the class and with that verse. Ayu shriyam yasho dharmam lokan ashisha evacha hanti shreyamsi sarvani pumso mahad atikrama. My dear king, when a man persecutes great souls, all his benedictions of longevity, beauty, fame, religion, blessings, and promotion to higher planets will be destroyed. So we may think people have all these opulence, beauty. It will be destroyed because they are not following Vedic principles and disrespecting great souls like devotees. So I'll end there and ask if you have any questions, comments, corrections from Gopalandesh Prabhu. Yes, Veerachand Prabhu.
That Mathura is in between Vraj Bhav and Dwarka. What does that mean?
So I explained, just like in Vrindavan, everyone thinks, they don't know that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So they think Krishna is our son, he's our friend, he's our lover or beloved. So those rasas are overpowering Krishna's godhood. They can't see that because of that love, premanjana, churita. Their eyes are tinged with that love and that relation. They cannot see, although Krishna lifted Govardhan, but still Mother Yashoda and others, they can't believe that. They are seeing it, but they are overpowered by that rasa and love. So they don't at all, momentarily they may think, but or they think actually that my son is blessed by Narayana. And Garga Muni said he'll be just like Narayana. So that's Vraj Bhav. And in Dwarka, they know that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. That we are so fortunate that Krishna has taken birth within Yadu dynasty. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sometimes they are also under illusion, but most of the time he is there in his opulence there. He is as a king. He doesn't have a flute there. He is just present as a king. Like that. But here in Mathura, Devaki and Vasudev, they have these conflicting thoughts. Sometimes they think he is Supreme Personality of Godhead, sometimes they think he is our son. So that's why it is said the Vraja Bhav is considered, on the spiritual level, it's considered higher. So Mother Yashoda, in the ranking for Vatsalya Bhav, she's number 1 in ranking. The ranking is given in Nectar of Devotion. I think up to 9th level it's given. Mother Yashoda number 1. Then I think the other older gopis of Vrindavan number 2. Nanda Maharaj number 3. Something like that. And then Devaki comes pretty much close, 4 or 5 number like that. So that's the difference, slight difference. It's all on the spiritual level. It's not lower or higher. It's just they want to because in their previous lives, Devaki and Vasudev prayed to Supreme Personality of Godhead to become their son. So they knew that they prayed like that consciously. They had Vatsalya Bhav, but at the same time, they prayed. But with Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, it's different.
One more, Puji. You mentioned about at least with the body and words we should be thinking of the Lord, and the Lord will be in the thoughts all the time. In general practice of for practicing devotee, our actions are generally in line into that that we are, at least with the words and the body, we are trying to serve. But keeping Lord all the time in the thoughts, even while chanting, we should be at least, maybe we should not be thinking anything, Prabhupada says, but eventually that's what it means, right? That at least while chanting, that you're always, or at least maybe serving, you're thinking of the Lord all the time. So anything you would recommend that a devotee must do in in actions that helps devotee to remember Lord all the time?
So words and the actions of the body are external, thoughts are internal. So in relation to chanting or otherwise, or just say in relation to chanting, what's in our control is the externals. We can arrange the externals, like what time we sleep, what time we wake up, where do we chant, the place where we chant. So all these things can be adjusted just by being conscious and proactive. And then when we arrange all the externals, so our bodily environment is adjusted, and then words, of course, you chant the correct mantra, that's there. That is also an art. Naveen Neeraj Prabhu said you should record your chanting. And sometimes, we unconsciously don't chant correct words. So as much as possible, the pronunciation, the speed should be perfect, which is proper. So the words, body, so this is what we can proactively do. And then eventually we can be sure that mind will also be controlled. Then while chanting, when mind is going away, we pull it back. Yato nischalati manaschanchalam asthiram. Mind is very flickering, just like a child, and just going here and there. So as soon as we realize mind has gone somewhere, we bring it back. So that's like a tug of war, Prabhupada said. It's a tug of war, Your two teams are pulling a rope from both sides, and the stronger team will win. So one side, our materialistic past impressions are pulling us, impressions from past life or this life before becoming a devotee, they pull us. And then on other side, we pull, Hare Krishna, chant loudly when the mind is disturbed. And then, Prabhupada says, eventually the holy name will win. In that tug of war, Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Eventually holy name has to win because holy name is Krishna himself. So we have to be on that side. Let the mind for a while pull. And we are determined, no, we will pull. It's like that. Now when one team is pulling hard, other teams comes with greater determination. No, we will win. It's like that. So chanting is like tug of war. But eventually Krishna has to win. Holy name has to win. So we should have that faith. Hare Krishna. Krishna Kumar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. In our movement, we often say the Guru and Krishna are one. Like whatever Guru says or Guru's desire is non-different than Krishna. I was just wondering, because in the Bhagavatam there's examples of many times where actually Krishna's desire and Guru are distinct or separate. Like in the case you mentioned where Arjuna had to kill Ashwatthama, his wife is saying one thing, Yudhishthira Maharaj, who's his elder brother, saying one thing, Krishna is saying one thing, Bhima. So then in that sense, Guru and Krishna are like distinct. Or like in Bali Maharaj, Guru and Krishna are separate, separate. Or like the gopis in Vraj, sometimes their husbands or their guru is saying, don't sneak out. But Krishna's, desire is separate. So how can we, should we have this kind of mentality because we see these exalted personalities, or should we stay sort of please Guru to please Krishna? That's a general standard. What does Shastra say?
So Guru is a Guru because there is no difference between Guru and Krishna's mission and their teachings. So Guru is a representative of Krishna. In 11th canto, Acharya Chaitya Vapusha, that an Acharya or a Guru is non-different from the Super Soul. He is the external manifestation of the Super Soul. So instructions of Guru are non-different from instructions of Krishna. So in our conditioned state, in our beginning stage as a devotee, beginning devotee, we sometimes are not able to understand those instructions and we may think they are different. But the training is provided and guidance is further available. So that's why we need a live Shiksha Gurus and Diksha Gurus and regular appointments with them to take guidance. Whenever there is a doubt, we can clarify. That's why at the end of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that I have spoken everything. Do you have any doubt or is everything clear? And then Prabhupada, pretty much there in purport or in a lecture, he says that if Arjuna had said, after Krishna spoke almost 18 chapters, if Arjuna had said, no, can you speak again? Krishna was ready to speak again. So whenever doubts come, seniors, our guides, mentors, guru, they are ready to help us. We can ask. Again, we have to approach, tadvidhi pranipatena, pariprashnena, prashna, we ask more and more. If something is not clear, we ask again. If it's still not clear, we ask again. Eventually it will seep in that, it's, the same instruction. Krishna and Guru are trying to help us. Sometimes when they are trying to test, then an examiner gives a test, but prior to giving test, he also prepares the student. So when Krishna was testing Arjuna, Arjuna could figure it out because he had all the preparation done beforehand. So Krishna or Guru are not like, unreasonable examiners, that they will give something which is out of syllabus. They will give a test which we can pass. If we don't pass, they'll still help and, prepare us more. Okay. Thank you. Think we should end here. Thank you very much. Granth Raj Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.